I am going to show you an easy ICT trading strategy for beginners and how to use this easy trading strategy for whatever market you like, stocks, crypto, forex. This is a strategy that I have actually refined after 4 years and thousands of dollars spent on courses and obviously thousands of hours testing. And by the way, I've been documenting everything on my YouTube channel. Only in 2023, I've documented thousands of wins. So I'm speaking everything from experience and actually being through the stuff, right? So if you want to learn this easy ICT trading strategy, then watch this video till the end. Okay, by the way, this is my refined strategy and something that has worked with me like crazy. First things first, you always like there are only three things, nothing more, nothing less. Three easy things. Now, why did I say ICT? Pretty much because like I've learned from him at the beginning, and now after refining over time and being in a lot of courses and stuff, maybe this is not the exact ICT strategy because it's really is not going to be exact, but it's going to be the simplified version of it. First thing that you need is direction. Then you need supply and demand. And third thing, it's your execution or confirmation. Simple as that, right? Three rules. Like there is nothing easier on the actual like market out there. And again, this is after refining like 4,000. I pretty much have 15,000 ounces videos on my YouTube channel like this, right? Very simple. It not might be like ICT 100%, but first thing that you always want to focus on, okay, number one thing is that direction, okay? Direction or trend. Now, the way that I like to do it is very simple. It's just pretty much you're going into the markets, right? Boom. Now, what you need to do, like every single day, just show up and draw, right? Not every day is going to be a trade, but if your rules are met, if these three rules are met, you move forward. But every day you show up and draw like Picasso, right? Every day he showed up and he drew, and basically sometimes when people just came in, he sold them the paintings and stuff. But the thing is that it's the same exact thing. When only when your rules are met is when you're taking trades. Now look at the left side of the screen. Let's go daily chart and just trying to find what trend we're in. Very simple. You need to understand this pullback rule that I always talk about. It's very simple, but pretty much only put because you can see now how the markets move, right? Very simply. I don't want to make this complicated like people are talking about, but markets move like this. In reality, like you're gonna see markets move exactly like that, right? This is just so it's simplified that I'm going to show you the real chart. And pullback is pretty much these points right here. This point, this point, this point, this point. And how do you know when the price actually is at this point and not this? She's gonna make more sense, believe me. Is when the price does this. Like if the candle goes with a full candle close below the previous week candle, this is when there is a pullback. Okay. Other than this, let me just paste right here so I actually show you what I mean here. Right. We have both examples. So the market moves. This is how this would look on the higher time frame, right? But it's not the same here because we have a pullback. So when the price moves, the price does this right here. So this is the point, right? This is where the pullback happened. And when you know this, when you understand it, you have clarity behind the chart. Now, obviously, at the beginning, you might not know what this is all about, but this has saved so many traders. It's crazy. Like this only thing, and people are charging thousands of dollars for it. No. So let's see what the trend is in this situation. Again, following the pullback rule. I have more on this. First link in actually not first link, but there's links in the description to check out the research that I'm talking about and explain a little bit more on that. But pretty much looking at the left side of the screen, we have done something like this. I'm like following the pullback rules. There is no pullback rule right here. So pretty much what we have done right here is this, 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 right? Boom, we're down. So following this thing, like pretty much, boom, we have this. We came back from this high, and now, like you know what your trend is. You want to focus on this like a range. So the only thing that you are playing with is from this high to this low. And you're trying to position yourself there. Then comes the equation of supply and demand, right? Second thing is always SND, POI, point of interest or whatever people call it. But this is supply and demand, right? Boom, there you go. Supply and demand is pretty much the last upside move before a down move. You obviously could have a rule on the supply and demand, but as I said, you have your direction set. We understood that this is where the price broke. This is from what the high it was actually coming from. What if I anchor them? How can I do this? Okay, now screw that. But now supply and demand is pretty much the last up move before a down move is a supply, and the last pretty much. Let me show you a demand example. A demand example is going to be the last downside move, like which are black candles in this example, before a pullback. And now you can play around with the rules right here just for a clear, like simple example. This is what I would do, and boom. Okay, let's just remove text. We don't need the text. My bad. Okay, like this. We have a range set. So this is where we like to see the price go. If it comes into our zone, only going to the last step, which is the execution. When the price actually comes back into the zone, gives me my confirmation, whatever it is. Now your confirmation could be simple break one down, two breaks down. You might then enter. It might be would not say more than three, but it might be a candle example. There's a lot of examples of confirmation. I have more on that, like in my free like mentorship course and stuff. So pretty much you can go ahead and check it out. I'm not going to explain more, but because the video is going to be long, but it's free, right? I don't have a course to sell you or anything like this. All I'm sharing is everything for free. Boom, the price comes into here, gives me my confirmation. Then boom, this is the last point, liquidity, right? You know execution, but you obviously need to know now TPs, like take profits and stop losses. Let me show you now a different example of how this would look like real life. So what I would do is just check out the daily chart. Let's see what we have here in the weekly, because I see a clean chart right here, right? It's still exactly the same even on the weekly chart or whatever. So we are following this. Let's see, just like from right here, the price, well, like let's look at the left. Boom, went up, went down, went up, went up. Boom, here's like now following the trend. This is a beautiful demand area. You can see the price went up to like one more time, but then pulled back down. Now this is where I would be playing it, but sometimes like if you go to the weekly, this is you're gonna make a lot of sense too. And if you have your confirmation, boom, you're taking it to the highs, and then it makes sense. Now this is like from more like of a top of funnel, like because a lot of you are gonna be beginners and just looking for like ICT exact strategies, and I'm not even gonna talk about like weekly bias, all of this stuff, but the most simplistic that has helped me, well, like what I've gotten with from ICT is this right here. Not surely like the ICT strategy that you maybe expected to watch, but simply just understanding your direction, understanding your supply and demand zone, and then execution. Obviously, always when I'm aiming for trades, I'm always aiming for liquidity points of the high and low that I've made, and that's how you actually play the game. Now, this is obviously something that has worked for me. It's not financial advice. Let me know what is your opinion on this, and I'll see you in the next one.